my gosh, the sun is really blinding my room. My goodness. Freaking... Should I close the curtains a little bit? I have my like linen curtains closed. It's still so bright. Okay, but hello everyone. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can like I should probably let me close the curtains a little bit because it is so bright. Is that too dark? I still want it to be like daylight vibes. Okay. Okay, that's better, right? Hold up. Let me change my colors to the hues, you know? But hello, hi Infernal, hi Shogun, hi Kobe, hi Joel, hi Faker, hi Jay Lopez, hi Danny, hi Bruce's. Thinking about doing a little pigtail action. Is this a brand new setup? No, it's just me streaming during the day. I feel like my stream room looks very different during the day than at night when like it's all purple, you know? But thank you for the sub, Kobe. Thank you. Hi Mighty. Can I get a slow-mo fist bump? It's kind of like a punch, honestly. Should I do pigtails? Should I do pigtails today, or should I just have my hair down? I haven't really done anything to my hair the past couple of streams, so it's kind of why I was thinking I could do something cute. I don't know. Here, let's try the pigtails. See how we're vibing with it. Hydra, thank you for the sub with Prime. Also, happy 22 months. Thank you, thank you. Should I tie it one tighter? Maybe I should. How's everyone doing today? Happy Leap Day, guys! It's a holiday! It's a holiday! Why is like Leap Day not more celebrated? That's my question, because it's only once every 4 years. Like, I feel like that's a pretty big deal. Bigger than the annual holidays, right? Do you guys do, I mean, is there like anything that like people do to celebrate Leap Day, or are we all just kind of like vibing? Leap Day is my cousin's birthday. Leap Day is my ex-boyfriend's birthday. He's turning 5 this year. So exciting. I don't know how, Chad, would you be mad if your birthday was on Leap Day? Like, I feel like I would be kind of mad. Cause you can't really ever celebrate on your actual birthday, you know? Yes and no. At least there's like way less people who share the same birthday as you. That's a bonus, right? Doing good, even though I went from near 70 the other day. No, literally same, because you guys know how I had like my D&D thing yesterday? I like went outside and it was freezing and I was like, what the heck? It was just so nice the other day. Like, what the heck? But what they call it, like false spring, right? Where like the weather gets a little warmer just to jabait you and go back to being cold. How do you feel about the pigtails? I don't know if I like it. I feel like my head looks so round. Like an egg. Like, why does it look weird? Does it look weird to anyone else? Like, I literally, maybe like loosen these a little bit. Like, why? I guess I normally do them like kind of tighter. Should I do them like tighter how I normally do? I don't know. I feel like the loose. Why am I like this? Maybe it is better, like a little tighter. Your white room scares me. What if you spill something? Sorry, it does look so blindingly white, but I have a lot of cream color things in my room. I don't know. I did kind of go for a pastel vibe for my stream room. That way when I have like my LED lights that you guys normally like when my room looks all purple, like it doesn't look weird. But I don't know, I've been kind of wanting to switch up my setup lately because I don't know, I just feel like this is a little plain. Like I felt like the pastel was like I had like a very cute vision in mind for my stream room, like, you know, like pastels, cute plushies, that kind of stuff, but I don't know if I'm vibing with it as much. But I also don't know what kind of vibe I would go for if I didn't go for this vibe. It's giving Easter. Nar! Easter is more, I feel like Easter's more like vibrant type of colors. Yeah? Okay, hold on. Let me do my go live checklist before I fucking forget. Okay, so I don't have anything to promote, so I'm just gonna do my socials. Or should I promote my, well, no. Okay. Boom. Pin. Okay, cool beans. Pinned chat message, done. Let's try and see if I can get a halfway decent shot of myself. Is the peace sign? I feel like I'm always doing my peace. I'm always doing a peace sign. Why does my hair look crazy? Okay, I don't know. I don't know whatever I'm doing. Whenever I'm doing that shit, I'm like, maybe I just should give up on having a picture in my go live tweets. I could never make them feel, I could never make it seem like natural. Natural. You have a checklist? I do have a checklist. It's taped to my monitor. Here's my go live checklist. Step 1, go live. Step 2, tweet. Step 3, well, this is in no particular order, I guess. These are just things I need to do as soon as I go live. So we have tweet, pin, chat message, Twitch story, and then I have TikTok stream, because I used to think about, like, having a TikTok stream while doing this. But I've kind of decided, fuck TikTok. Or maybe I shouldn't decide that. I don't know. I have mixed emotions when it comes to TikTok, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, hold on. So tweet, and then I'll take a picture for Twitch story. I hope you guys don't mind that I like do this at the start of stream. I like was doing it before stream for a while, but I feel like it takes people time to trickle in, and I'd rather do this than have like a long starting soon screen, because at least I can still chat with you guys. You just have to like cringe watch me try to take a good picture of myself. That's so much work. What, my go live checklist? You know, I mean, as it goes, it's kind of my job now, so, you know. It's one of those things where I feel like streaming is like, you can be lazy at it, or you can be good at it. That's always my mindset with streaming, you know. But I don't know, I do be doing a lot. What can I say? I'm a little extra. I like being extra, though. You know. Plus, there's just so many like social media platforms to keep track of. I feel like I'm losing my mind, like trying to stay on top of shit sometimes. Do I just look so weird with a peace sign? Like, why am I addicted to throwing those things up? Oh well, who cares? Well, me, honestly, but it's totally fine. How's everyone doing today? It's a Thursday. Oh, I actually am hanging out with some friends later, hence me really trying to go live early. I wanted to go live at like 1, but you know me, got distracted with shiz. Shake a live now pick. Yes, I'm trying to find a good one. I feel like it looks more normal when I'm like not looking into the camera, but like I don't know how I feel about it. The sun is just so aggressive. Okay, anywho, I think that's good enough. Maybe? I don't know. Hold on, maybe I should just show you guys. Chat. Sorry, I have to pull it back up now. you already drop your member only video on YouTube? For what? For ASMR? Yeah, I did. Although it was like really weird because like I had uploaded it a while ago, and then when I like switched it, when I like published it for members only, it like just kind of, because you know how like it kind of orders the videos by date? It ordered it by the upload date, not by like when I posted it for members. So I don't know, like I had to like scroll through my videos to even see my member video. So I kind of did want to ask if anyone, like, do you guys see when it gets posted for members? It's like it was the Queen of Hearts roleplay one for February Valentine's vibes. That's what I did. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to screenshot this. Where are the lo-fi beats even playing right now? Why am I hearing nothing? Why is it silence? I hate that. Anyone else just super averse to silence? Because I am. Okay. A wild Kilime appears. Anyone have a Pokeball? Sorry, you're gonna need a different kind of balls to catch me. Ew, sorry, cringe. My bad. Rafita, thank you for the sub with Prime. Happy 2 months. Where are we at with Partner Plus? I feel like I've been seeing all these other streamers hitting Partner Plus, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should actually try and hit Partner Plus one of these times. But I feel like it's hard. Should I try? What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to be more aggressive and kind of like push for Partner Plus? Are you smart? I'm so smart. I'm actually like the smartest person ever to live. Definitely smarter than Einstein. You know, like literally just the smartest cookie ever. That's me. When did the American Revolution start? I don't know, 1762. Around then, we had, what, our Declaration of Independence was signed in 1766? Or was that the Constitution? I know they were signed around the same time, right? Why did my dad leave me? He got bored of you. Sorry, just kidding. Just kidding, because he's a bum. 1776? Oh, why did I think 1766? I thought that wait, how long did the American Revolution... Okay, when did the American Revolution start? 1775. Damn, that should only lasted a year? Why did I think it was like a few years? That's why I tried to go a few years. Anywho. When did the War of 1812 start? 1972? Constitution was like 1780s. Damn. Sorry guys. I was in AP US history. Like, let me think. What? My sophomore year of high school? I would have been, oh my god, 8 years ago? Oh my god, I just felt like a grandma saying that. Sorry guys. The last time I took a US history class was 8 years ago. Damn, that's sobering. That's sobering. That is, oof. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. History is not proof of intelligence anyways. I agree. That was like, okay, I feel like I've always loved history because I think it's like really interesting, but I always hated history. Like, I loved learning about history. I hated like history classes because history classes were literally like that. It was like just memorization based. It was like, what year did this happen? What year did this battle happen? What general did XYZ? Like, I always hated how it was just kind of like memorization vibes. And I've always preferred classes where you like learn about concepts and then you apply those concepts to a lot of different things. But I mean, I didn't mind like writing essays for history, but like taking tests where it was literally just like, what year, what person, what place did this happen at? Like, I don't know. I've never really been a like memorization type of person. you know? What class do you think is like the most, like, if someone, like, what, if you could choose one subject that you had to like test someone on to like gauge their intelligence, what subject would you test them on? Like a general subject. Don't say something like astrophysics or like super specific, but you know, just like a general subject that you're like, oh, like I feel like if this person knows their shit about this, like that they're probably pretty smart. Okay, hold on, let me finish typing this go live tweet. Biology, math. Biology? That's actually a surprising answer. Why? What makes you guys say biology? Like math, I feel like that makes sense. Like I feel like also I was like a math nerd, but I hated math. But yeah. I think math, I would agree with math just because I feel like math, like most people don't like math. And so I feel like the people that are good at math, either they're a freak and they love math, but like I feel like if someone's good at math, like let's compare it to a subject where I feel like a lot of people enjoy, like a subject like English, where I feel like there's a lot of people that are probably good at English, but that's because they really enjoy it, and so they're gonna like put in the work to be good at it, versus I feel like math, people don't want to put in as much effort because it's not as fun to them. So it's like if someone's good at math, they're probably more likely to be like naturally good at math than like putting in hella effort to be good at math. You know what I mean? Does that even make sense? I feel like it makes sense in my head. So not chemistry. I definitely think chemistry was harder than biology. I loved biology when I took in school, but chemistry I freaking hated. Also felt like it was a little memorization based though. Biology's not consistent though. It changes often. We still discover more. Fair, but I mean, like, I feel like the biology that we learn in school is like pretty consistent, because I feel like all the biology that's like being discovered nowadays is probably things that like advanced biology college students are learning about. You know what I mean? Because it's like biology when you're like in high school, it's just like, this is a cell, the mitochondria. Well, I guess it's like middle school. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. The Golgi apparatus looks like pancakes. Did anyone else have to build like a cell model when they were in school? I built mine out of Jello. We built ours out of Jello, and we built like little, like all the different cell parts. It's kind of fun. Math is literally how the world works. I would say physics is how the world works, and math is like getting down to the nitty-gritty. Physics is the best. I love it. I would say physics is like, I think physics is how the world works. Math is like, yes, also how the world works. More with all the fun stuff stripped away. Math is how the world works with all the fun stuff stripped away, and physics is how the world works. That's my final thought. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna post. Okay, go live tweet is tweeted, and the very last thing is to post on my Instagram story. Erg. Sorry guys, I am all over the place today, but that's because I'm trying to, I went live. Normally I try to get a lot of stuff done before going live, but I'm trying to be stricter with my go live time. Unfortunately I was still not strict enough. Okay, anywho. What movie title best describes your life? There ain't no movie that could describe my life. My life could not be described by a movie. Maybe a TV show. Game of Thrones. There we go. That's it. That's the one. Biology, if you know it, that probably means you studied other subjects as well. Well, I mean, I feel like everyone had to take biology in school, though, no? I'd say, that's a tough question, but I'd say common sense. One's intelligence is best gauged who they deal with how they deal with basic problems. That's like critical thinking. I don't think common sense and critical thinking abilities are the same thing. to get into D&D a little bit. Intelligence is like what you know. Book smarts. What you know, and maybe like your problem solving abilities. And then wisdom, which is more like common sense, is kind of like street smarts, common sense. It's kind of knowing what information matters is almost like wisdom. And so I do think there's kind of a difference between someone being like intelligent as far as like book smarts, like how much they know, yada yada yada, versus like wisdom, common sense, street smarts. I feel like that's more so kind of usually gained from experience, like life experience, more so than just studying books. And you're okay. No Twitch story. Sorry. I'll post a Twitch story. Y'all on my asses for real. I kind of like these. I kind of like doing my Twitch stories as like these little like selfies though. It's more fun. All right, guys. If you want to be in my Twitch story, say something in chat so you can pop up on the screen. Wait, can I like use that volume button? I don't know how I feel about this actually. Oh god, the volume button doesn't work. That's a tragedy. Now we're going with the weird hand movement. Wait, hold on. I'm like, I need to like zoom in. Zoom. Ew, I look too awkward in that one. Sorry guys. Ew, I hate this. Should I just try to take a selfie? Sorry, y'all. I can't do this. Anywho, I think in math and science, people have a superiority complex. True. Okay, yes, true, but like also it's because the world has a superiority complex towards those people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, here's what I think. I think that the world placed, in the past, like, few decades, the world placed so much emphasis on STEM. STEM. Study STEM. The world needs more STEM students. Go into STEM. STEM. You're smart if you're in STEM. Blah, 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 blah. Right? In doing so, diminished the importance of history and English. And that's why kids can't read nowadays. That's why. Because like I feel like the math and science superiority complex comes from other people saying that those subjects are like the best and like the most important and blah blah blah, when now we have a generation of motherfuckers with no critical thinking skills because they think that as long as they just go to school and study some CS that they, you know, that they're smarter than anyone that would like go and study English or history or anything, and they are you know what I mean? I feel like if you grew up like how I, like in the way that I grew up, of like everyone pushing you to go into like a more, just like STEM, just like I feel like there's been a big push to like have kids go into STEM, and like in doing so I feel like the world has kind of like neglected like language arts or the arts in general, like you know, history, English, all that jazz. Sounds like you're bitter towards STEM. What do you mean? I am a STEM girl. I am a STEM girly. I fell victim to the propaganda. But I like STEM, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like STEM more than like the arts or like language arts type of stuff. But that's just because of the way my brain works. I feel like my brain is more analytical. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try again to take. Oh wait. Okay, first pick was good! Woohoo! Okay, sorry, anywho. I have a biz undergrad and STEM masters. I hate STEM people. Yeah, no, valid, fair enough. Yeah, no, I was like a business major, but like I did information systems. So I was like, yeah, you know, that's like the technical side of business. So I had a lot of, like I had to take like coding classes and stuff like that. But bro, the way that the engineer kids fucking wanted to always act like they were just so much better than everyone else. It's okay. That's why they're stinky and no one wants to date them. Just kidding. Kind of. Anywho, because they're on their smartphone. I mean, you would think, like, here's what the confusion for me is, like, you know, like kids growing up on social media, yar. I mean, if they on the internet hella, like, how can they not read? Like, there's hella words on the internet. I guess, like, video content do be, like, making their brains rot. But, like, you would think if someone's, like, on Twitter a lot, like, they can read. I don't know. Teach your children to read by just sending them on Twitter, unsupervised. Great idea. Collins is a better indicator of one's intelligence. I just disagree with that. Again, I think that's more like maybe how wise someone is or wisdom, but intelligence is like how much you know. Like, I'm sorry, but like, that's why I think formal education, like, that's why I think like becoming educated is very important. Of just like I don't think like anyone can just be thrown into the world, receive no education, and become like the smartest person ever. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, okay, like maybe if they're like actively doing things to acquire intelligence, but I feel like school is like a pipeline. Like, here's how you can learn a ton of shit in a short period of time. Okay, maybe like if they live their whole life like going and doing a million different things, they could like become really smart, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like school is like streamlined. Let's pound hella info into your brain in a few years. Kids can't read because most adults can't read. Is anyone 30 plus not in grad school? How many books they've read in the last 5 years, not counting? Yeah, no, exactly. Yes. This is true. The average American, I'm pretty sure, has like the reading level of a 7th grader. And the average news article is written at the 11th grade level, which means that the average American cannot be educated on things even if they wanted to. And yeah, but again, I think that does tie into like schools prioritizing STEM, and like I feel like the adults not being able to read is a result of these past few decades being focused on STEM and like neglecting language arts. You know what I mean? Like it's not like these adults just kind of became that way for no reason because they're just so lazy. Like, I mean, yeah, I do think that like maybe some people can't read because they're lazy, but I do think that like an adult not being able to read is indicative of so many failings within society, but like namely a failing of the school system to them. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that I don't think it's like an individual problem. I think it's a societal problem. But okay, if we really want to get down to the root of this thing, it's because the way that reading was taught in schools for the past so-and-so decades, it was terrible, was wrong, was the wrong way to teach reading, was like shown to be ineffective, and the pandemic happening was one of the best things that happened. Not best things, because like obviously children's education was impacted because of the pandemic, but basically when the pandemic happened and kids had to do like Zoom school and like they'd be like at their little tiny room table trying to learn how to read, like doing kindergarten on their laptop, which is crazy if you think about it. Actually, hold on, we have people in an ad. Let me do this live now. Gonna play some BG3. Woohoo! Oh god, I need to like take my selfies in a way that there's like somewhere to put the text. Never know where to put them. Okay. Add to my story. Okay, go live checklist is done. Anywho, we'll play Baldur's Gate in 27 minutes once we hit an hour into stream. I normally like to start with an hour chatting. Anywho, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, the way that reading was being taught to kids was like terrible for like the past few decades. And like what happened was when pandemic happened and then kids were like having to take kindergarten on their laptops, like with their parents working from home in the other room, and parents like saw the way that their kids were being taught. So many parents got pissed. They were like, what the fuck? Like, why is my kid being taught like this? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like they would like literally be having kids try to guess and like use context clues with and like instead of like having kids like sound out the words and stuff, they were basically trying to get kids to like memorize what the word, like they would just show them the word cat. This is the word cat, and then they show them a picture of cat, like this is cat, say cat, blah blah blah. And so these kids were like memorizing what the words looked like without like learning the sounds of the individual letters. I don't know, I won't get too deep into this, but basically when the pandemic happened, parents saw the way that their kids were being taught to read. They were like, what the fuck? Like, how are they supposed to fucking learn this way? Whole movement started, and I can't remember what the movement was called, but there was like this big parent movement to basically have like scientifically proved methods for like what the most effective way to teach kids is. What is it? Oh my god, I don't know if anyone in chat even knows about this. I don't know if there's any parents in chat, but there was like this big thing where like parents were like, we want like science, like there is data that shows that this method of teaching is the best way to teach kids how to read, and we want this method to be used in schools. And so it's used in some schools, used not as much in other schools, but I think it was like a big deal. And yeah, I listened to a podcast episode that was very interesting about it. And I don't know, it is interesting when you think about it, because I feel like I learned, like, I don't feel like I really learned how to read through school. Like, I feel like I learned, my parents kind of taught me to read, but I don't know, I guess I also just kind of like taught myself. Once you like know the basics, I feel like you can, although I guess I did go to like a Montessori school. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one of my biggest like suspicions is that the reason why I was like always good at, like, why I was like so good at school like as a kid was because when I was really young, I went to a Montessori school. And I remember at my Montessori school, they like taught us how to read and they taught us how to write. And I remember like when I was like literally, like, this is like before kindergarten, I was like literally a baby. Like they were like teaching us how to write our like addresses and stuff like that. And then I remember when I went into first grade, because I was in that Montessori school all the way up until through kindergarten. And then once I went to first grade, and then they were like teaching us stuff that like I was like, oh, I already know this. So I don't know, I think that Montessori schools are great. And I'm like, you know, I think I would want my kids to go to Montessori school, and like I'm gonna be working my kids, my future kids, okay? They're gonna be reading, they're gonna be smart. Oh, you fancy? Nah, my parents just both worked full-time and had no time for us. So fun, but hey, paid off, so can't cry over it. School can't drag you the whole way, it only encourage. I mean, schools are there to teach kids. I will say that. I do think that schools are there to teach you. And like, yeah, sure, if there's like a menace of a child that's refusing to learn, sure. But I do think that the goal of schools should be to teach. Like, yeah. I would even go so far as to say, okay, I don't know, chat, is this a hot take? Actually, chat, thank you for the tier 1. Happy 22 months. I appreciate that. Heart. Actually, never mind. Schools are there to teach kids, but they can't force kids to learn. Sure, no, they can't, but I mean, I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, have you ever had a teacher that's like, oh yeah, like no one passes my class. My class is so hard. Everyone fucking fails it because it's so hard. And it's like, wait a minute, if everyone's failing your class, doesn't that mean that you're a bad teacher? Like, that's kind of the mentality that I have with schools, where it's like, sure, if there's gonna be some kids that probably like refuse to learn, hate school, like, you know, they're menaces in the classroom, they're not getting a lot of knowledge out of school. But I think that if most kids are not getting a lot of knowledge out of school, that is indicative of a school problem, not, you know what I mean? Also, it's like, they're kids, you know what I mean? Like, they are children, like, I don't know, there are ways to teach, I don't know. Learning should be fun. That's the thing. If we really want to get deep into it, learning should be fun, and that's how it should be treated with kids. Learning should not be this, shut up, sit down, be quiet, pick up your pencil, write down these exercises, like, nar. Yeah, you can't force kids to do that. What kid wants to fucking do that? Learning should be fun. It should be interactive. And maybe like, I feel like Montessori school is like, that's literally what it's about, is like learning, having fun and learning in a fun and interactive way for kids. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I think. I think that if schools were more fun and focused on like kids having fun while learning, that like more kids would like school. But like the way that school kind of was, of just like, shut up, sit down, be quiet, listen to the teacher. Like, I just think that that made so many kids hate school and hate learning. And that just makes me sad. Because it's like learning, especially like learning something that you're passionate about, is so fun. The Linden Bridge, thank you so much for the tier 1. Happy 6 months. Sorry, I was on a little rant. I appreciate that though. Thank you. And the Diesel Weasel, thank you for the tier 1. Happy 18 months. Woohoo! Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. I had to tutor my friend just to help him pass because teacher would not. See, yeah, no, like teachers like that definitely do suck. That cut both ways though. So I feel like my kids' schools are scared to give kids poor grades even if they deserve one. Really? That's interesting. I've not really experienced that. I've heard of that. I think there was like this charter school that was like kind of near me. I had some friends that went to where allegedly they were the same things, but I actually knew the first girl to ever fail out of that school, to ever not graduate in all of that school's history. She was crazy and I fucking hate her though, so. I like the European teaching methods. If I'm correct, you learn the basics up to a certain point, then they test to see where your intellectual level would be best suited. Then you either continue schooling or learn a trade. Damn it, what grade? The fuck? Imagine being, no, I don't know if I'd agree with that. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I actually would not agree with that, especially if they're like young. I don't know if there's any Europeans in chat that can attest to the education system there. Our education system feels day to day and not flexible. Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I think the pandemic did like kind of instigate a lot of changes because parents were kind of firsthand seeing the education that their kids were getting. But the unfortunate reality is that there is such a disparity between public schools. Like, you know, like a public school in a poorer neighborhood is like kids going to a public school in a poor neighborhood are not going to have the same school experience at all as kids going to a public school in a rich as fuck neighborhood. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like we're all like kind of having these disagreements right now, right? Because like we all probably went to schools in different neighborhoods, and I think that that's also like just an issue. Am I gonna play Baldur's Gate? Yes, I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate in like 15 minutes. I just like to chat with you guys to start, if that's all right. But yeah. So I don't know. I would say I'm hopeful. I do think that like kids is kind of something that, you know, everyone can agree upon. I would hope. Like the podcast episode that I was listening to where it was like all these parents like mad that their kids weren't being taught, it was like finally it was like an issue that like it was like Democrats, Republicans, like whatever, everyone was agreeing that they want their kids to know how to read. And so I don't know, I do have hope and have faith that like, you know, the school system and caring about kids is something that hopefully everybody wants to make better and contribute positively towards. But you know, I'm not a parent and I'm not exactly friends with a ton of parents of small children, so I'm not like super involved of like what children are kind of learning like now post-pandemic. That's what Japan's been doing forever. I'm pretty sure one reason for pressure from young age. Yeah. See, I also just feel like learning, like when it comes to like learning, like I don't know, I just think that there's a risk in like telling kids that they're stupid. Like, oh, you tested into the stupid category, you're gonna go learn a trade and you're not gonna learn anymore because you're stupid and we don't want to waste time on teaching you that shit. Like that seems crazy. I don't know, man. I think that even if kids aren't good at school, they should definitely still keep going to it, you know. Plus, like, what if someone really wants to, like, study and learn things? Like, maybe they're just, like, not the smartest cookie, but they got that passion. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I knew plenty of, like, not smart people who, like, loved school and really wanted to be good at it. And so they put in that fucking elbow grease to, like, get the good grades and all that stuff, you know? And then they do well for themselves. So I do feel like, you know, natural smarts isn't, like, the only thing that matters when it comes to academics. I definitely think that motivation and, like, grit, determination, if you will, they can carry you very far, and oftentimes they can carry you farther than a smart person, because I've also know plenty of smart people who are just the laziest people ever and don't do anything with their lives. And yeah, so I'd even go so far as say grit and determination could probably carry you farther than smarts can. Hi. Because brain not even fully developed by the time you graduate. Yeah, and I feel like when you're like a kid, it's kind of like so dependent on like your upraising and whatnot, you know what I mean, like what your home life is like. I think it should be failed if they don't make the grade. Remedial studies force adaptation. Wait, what do you mean if they don't make the grade? Grit and determination are a nicer way of saying being shady. Oh, but I'm not even talking about being shady, so I don't know what you're getting confused about. What are your thoughts on young kids, age 13, learning about gender identity? Some states are against it. I would say I'm for it. Here's what I think is I think that kids should learn about the world around them, and if, you know, gender identity is a thing in the world around them, and also, like, first of all, let's if we actually get back to this, kids are taught gender identity from the fucking day that they're born. You're a boy! Here's a truck! Because you're a boy, and we're gonna dress you in blue, and oh my god, you're gonna be such a heartbreaker with all the ladies. You're a boy, so we're gonna cut your hair short. You're a boy, so you're allowed to be shirtless when you swim. Like, kids are taught gender identity from the fucking day that they're born. Like, let's be real. And I feel like having a more nuanced concept of it, rather than just being like, boy, do this, girl, do this. I feel like having a more nuanced, you know, knowledge around it, and being like, oh, it's, like, actually not supposed to be just, like, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then, yeah. And then they just got the knowledge. Go forward. That's all. I think, yeah, okay. Yep. Oh, I forgot my water. I'm gonna grab my water before we game. Plus, like, age 13, I also feel like you're going through puberty and stuff like that, and, like, you know, you're learning about shit. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I remember being, like, in 5th grade, and we had to sit down, and, like, they taught us what periods were and stuff like that, and, like, you know, you're already learning shit at that age. If they don't meet the marks to advance, they really shouldn't advance. Hold them back a year if necessary. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. If they didn't learn anything from the whole year in school, sure, yeah, hold them back. I mean, they do, though. Like, I feel like I knew kids who were getting held back a grade. As a male Texas, I was only given a horse. Where's my truck? Darn. Sorry. What's wrong with being a boy? I didn't say anything was wrong with being a boy. I was just making a point that children are taught gender identity from a very young age. You're either an X or Y chromosome. Did you actually know that, like, humans have 2 chromosomes? And everyone has an X chromosome. Did you know? And there's some people that have, like, more than that or less than that. Fun fact, it actually ain't so black and white if you want to, like, actually look into the science of things. Okay. Let me go grab my water really quick, though, because all this yapping making me thirsty. Alrighty. Hi Doug, hello. Hi Snaky. Bingo. Also, gender does not equal sex. So true. Why do people, like, get so upset about that? I will never, ever, ever understand people that, like, get upset about that. Like, it's just like, bro, if someone wants to identify as a horse, I literally could not give less of a shit. Like, live your life however you want, bro. I'm not, that does not concern me. Like, as long as you're not trying to make me like identify as a horse, like, why would I care what you do? You know what I mean? Like, and not to, you know, use I'm using an extreme example to make my point, but generally speaking, I just feel like I don't understand why people be getting pressed about the way that people live their lives that, like, don't affect them. They're a bit too inclined. Yeah, they gotta look a little inwards if they really get in that press. Might be indicative of something else. Default is female. Yeah, that's why men have nipples. Because we all start as female in the womb. Y'all nipples don't be doing shit. Get them. Yeah. Are male nipples? Never mind. I'm not about to ask y'all about your nipples. People literally, I mean, are you, like, referring to, like, furries? Because furries are a thing, you know what I mean? And, like, I fuck with them. I respect the hell out of them. I might be one of them. Maybe. Some parents are pushed their own kids to get surgery where they find when they find they have a different that should be taken on the some parents are pushed their own kids to surgery and drugs. I don't think that's true. Like what kid? What parent are you talking about? I fear that you may have seen some propaganda. You may have fallen victim to some propaganda. Maybe there's been like 1 or 2 cases, but to act like that is a common scenario, I think is ridiculous. Maybe you never looked. Okay. Anyways, should we play Baldur's Gate? We got like 10 minutes. I have a game night with my friends later. I'm excited. I think we're gonna play Jackbox, actually. And I was like, oh, I've played Jackbox. I have played it with some people IRL before. I wonder which ones we are. I said, who told you we have nipples? Oh, is that what the bot got you for? Sorry, the bot said, no sexual. A second ultrasound will confirm gender. I thought my son was a girl for a week. Really? Oh my gosh. I always thought of like, ooh, like, would I want to know what, like, I think I would want to know. You know how like some people, like, they don't look at the gender of their baby? Like, so it's a surprise. I think I would want to know. Damn. Having kids. Seems like a lot. Bro, okay, what are people, oh my god, I can't, you know, like, I don't know, we don't have to get too into things over here. Well, should we get into things? No, I want a game soon, so I don't want to get too into things, but I'll leave on the note that trans people have been around for, like, literally ever. Literally forever. Like, if you just go look at some ancient thing, like, ancient, like, cultures, like, they've literally been a thing forever, so I don't know, it's not really a new thing. It's just, yeah. And then, yeah, I'll just end on that, and at the end of the day, like, stop stressing about the way that people are living their lives, okay? Let people live their lives. If they're not harming, you know, if they're not doing anything to you, why does it matter? Why do you gotta spread hatred into the world? Why do you gotta be so judgmental? Let's all just live and let live and be happy, and, you know, all hug each other and love each other, and we'll live happily ever after. Woohoo! Woohoo! It'll be so great. Oh my gosh, doesn't that sound so fantastic? You are harboring anger in your heart. I encourage you to release it out into the world, and when you stop being angry at so many things, I promise better things will come to you. Better things will come to you, and the world will seem so much better. It's great. How is that? I just don't want kids. How is that? So you're saying that, like, you looking into all these scenarios, what emotion are you feeling when you're, like, looking into these cases that you're talking about? Happiness for them? I'm down to get into things. Leave trans kids alone. Yeah. Anyways, guys, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I have a hard time engaging because, like, I don't know, like, do you have trans friends? Do you have trans people in your life that you talk about these issues with? Because, like, that's what I think is the problem. Is, like, I have trans people in my life that I talk about them. Like, I ask them questions. Like, I don't know. I like being friends with diverse people. I have trans people in my life that I talk to, that I hear about their experiences from. And that is what informs my opinion. And I feel like so many people, like, don't really do that. Like, they don't have trans people in their life that they actually talk about these things with. They're just, like, Googling things and, like, watching videos and whatever. And, like, I feel like if you want to learn about a specific group of people, you should just interact with those group of people and talk to them and hear about their experiences and whatnot, rather than, like, you know, just finding things out through the internet, because we all know, right? We all know that the most emotionally evoking things get pushed forward, and because that's what gets engagement, that's what gets you to stay on these internet and whatnot, like stay on the internet and keep consuming this kind of content. And so if you really want to learn about a group of people and like actually be informed, go and talk to those people, go and interact with them, hear their stories, hear what they have to say, and you will come out of it so much more educated than any YouTube video that you can go and watch. So I guess that's my kind of stance on things. I feel like it's very isolated to American culture. Even though the ancient Greeks didn't have a constant sexual orientation as social identity, they just loved who they loved. True, all the Greek dudes were fucking each other. All those dudes were fucking each other. And they weren't thinking anything of it. I just think that some people are too concerned with labels. That's another thing. Some people are too concerned with labels. Let's just live. Live your life however you want. Express yourself however you want. You know, like that's generally how I feel on things. Like I think that, I don't know. Yeah. Hi, Ree from me. What's, oh god. DFTA, thank you for the tier 1. Happy 1 year! Thank you! As someone who owns a label maker, I would agree. I am too concerned with labeling things in my home. I actually also have a label maker. This is it, and I label a lot of things as well, because it's so fun. Guys, buy a label maker. It'll change your life. What's my take on feminism? Big fan. I'm a feminist. I enjoy having my own bank account. Thank you very much. I feel like that was one of the most shocking things that I ever learned, was that like women couldn't have their own bank accounts until like 1970. That was like 1973, I think is the year exactly. That's after my dad was born. So yeah, I like being able to have my own bank account. I like being able to make my own money. I like not being treated as property. There we go. Has forced their, what are you talking about? What do you mean force their pronouns onto others under the force of law? What? What do you even mean by, okay, actually, do I even want to ask what you mean by that? Hair looks great today. Thank you. Try to go for a more chill look. I actually say, I don't even want to work. Why are they making me? I'm just a girl. How dare I define men like this? Wait, what the fuck? No, but like, that's a thing. That's actually a thing. I feel like I basically, yeah. Traditional gender roles are being like repackaged to girls in the form of like, you're just a girl. You're just a girl. You don't know how to do math. You're just a girl. Anywho. Alright, should we game? Should we game? Maybe we should game. I don't like women fantasize themselves when inconvenient. I don't think it's like necessarily, no, like it is. Okay, you know, we don't need to get too into this, but I do think it is part of this like trad wife movement of, because let's be real, who's benefiting from having stay-at-home wives? I feel like it is still the dudes, but you know, we don't need to get too into this. There are girls out there that want to be like stay at home, I'm just a girl, blah blah blah, but also it's just like I'm just a girl type of stuff. Like I feel like it's cute, it's like I am just a girl, but I'm not just a girl. I am a girl, bitch, and I will stomp on you. I saw a video that was like actually really interesting, talking about the I'm just a girl shit. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. And then we'll game and we'll go back to having some lighthearted fun. But generally, where is it? Where is it? I want to find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. but it was just a video criticizing the I'm just a girl shit. God, I don't know if I can find this. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna find it. It was so good though. It was good. And I think it's gone into the abyss of the world, unfortunately. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna find it. Sorry. I'm like looking one last time because it was so good and I wanna show you guys. But maybe no longer. Okay. I guess I give up. Anywho. It's not a win for all. Like most, yeah. No, I mean obviously most dudes cannot even afford to have most people cannot afford. Most families cannot survive on one income. So it is only like a certain echelon of people that can afford that lifestyle anyways. But I'm not gonna lie, if I just had some little motherfucker around that's like cooking, cleaning, looking sexy, that their whole job is to like make my life as easy as possible, I'm definitely thinking that's a pro. That is a pro in increasing my quality of life. I would have a stay-at-home man's. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm rich as fuck, yeah, my husband's job is going to be cook, clean, look sexy. Shirtless all the time. That's the dream! That is the dream. Slippity Pooba! Thank you for the sub with Prime. I appreciate that. Happy 39 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Heart, 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 heart. Pew, 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 pew. I love the lighting. Oh, that's just, you mean just like the sun, the daylight. I know, but the only thing I'm realizing is like, damn, like usually on like when it's like light out, I like to like be cleaning and like doing stuff, and then I'm like kind of gremlin mode at nighttime because like fuck it. But now I'm like, oh, like I guess I'm gonna game, but like the sun is out. It feels weird. It feels weird to game when the sun is out. I'm like a gremlin gamer normally. We're gonna do intellectually stimulating, just chatting, thanks. I try to do it, but sometimes it's like hard because you know there's like people that are like rude and raging about things. I think that, but I mean, I feel like we don't, I feel like we used to be having debates on stream hella. As someone who can afford a stay-at-home partner, most still don't put in the work. What do you mean like put in the, wait, what do you mean by put in the work? I'm so used to the streams later in the day, lol. Me too, but I have like a game night that I'm planning on going to with my friends, so I wanted to stream later. I'll be your stay-at-home husband. I volunteer as tribute. That's okay. I think I feel like that would probably, actually I don't even know. Cause I'm just thinking, I'm like, I feel like when I have a family one day and like they're still babies, I feel like I want both parents to be stay at home. Actually, okay, if we're really dreaming, I don't work, my husband doesn't work. We just have money. It just spawns out of thin air for us. If we really talk in dream scenario. That would be the ultimate dream, okay? That would be great. How would I achieve that? Heaven knows. Heaven knows. If anyone knows an infinite money glitch or something like that, let me know. That would be great. Like, they really don't make your life easier or less complicated. They start asking for you to help with their careers and are like, my friend wants to help with XYZ. Can you introduce them to and so and so? Oh, they ask you to help with their... Are you talking about, like, the stay-at-home partner is asking the working partner to help... Wait. Or, like, the working partner is asking the stay-at-home partner to help with their career. Sorry, well, never mind. Stay-at-home people may feel good for the first year or two, but imagine on year 15, you have seen every tile in your house 5 times. To have a workforce forces you to not get stuck in different ways. See, that's what people say, but, like, one thing about me is, like, I feel like there's just, or not one thing about me, but, like, I just feel like there's so many things to do besides work. Like, go sign up for a class. Go, you know, like, what do you mean? Like, there's so many things to do. Whenever people say that, like, oh, like, well, staying at home, there's nothing to do, you're gonna get bored. Well, okay, then just go do things. Like, you don't need a job to, like, go do things. You know that, right? Like, you know, like, you can, like, do things outside of working with your life, right? Yeah, like, volunteer. You can help at an animal shelter. You can get involved in your community. You can, like, start a garden. You can, like, get back into hobbies that you didn't have time for when you worked. You can, like, go and, you know, like, take some local classes, maybe a pottery class, maybe a cooking class, maybe whatever. You can, like, try and learn a new skill. You can, like, there's so many things. Like, that's, like, one thing about me, like, if I didn't have to work a day in my life, I would be doing things. Like, I would not just be, like, sitting twiddling my thumbs, like, sitting around watching TikToks or TV. Like, that's not what I would want, you know? And I would imagine that is hopefully not what other people would want, you know? When I started a restaurant, I was, like, okay with the prospect, but she wanted me to be involved, and I was like, I'm good. That would be cool to start a restaurant. I can't hate on that, but yeah, I guess, I mean, that's fair if you have, like, your job and you don't want to be in that. Valid. Yeah, I mean, if I got hella money, I do think I would want to start some kind of fun little business. A game store, probably. Would you guys come to a game store if I made one? It'd be in Chicago. I don't know where y'all at, but hey, I hope my fellow Midwesterners, y'all can pull up. That's my plan in a few months. Oh, that'll be so good. Oh my gosh. This is the most basic thing you said. How people get bored? I feel like I never have enough time. I know, right? No, literally, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like there's literally not enough hours in the day for the things that I want to do. And I don't know. But I also think that, like, people that are, like, don't have hobbies and, like, don't pursue interests of theirs, I feel like it's because, like, they just kind of focused on, like, school or a job for so long that they've, like, forgotten those parts of themselves. Or, like, maybe when they were a kid, their parents were like, why the fuck are you drawing? Art is stupid. Go back to studying, or something like that. And, like, they had their childhood passions diminished. So I feel like if you're someone where it's, like, you have a tough time, like you feel like you don't really have a lot of hobbies, or, like, you don't even know what you would do outside of work, and, like, or maybe, like, the only thing you do outside of work is, like, watch TV or whatever. Like, just think about the things that you enjoyed as, like, a kid. I feel like that was one thing that, like, I've tried to channel a lot more, because, like, TLDR, like, school was my whole life for a long time, and, like, that was what I kind of poured all my energy into. And then you kind of, like, reach an adult, and then you're, like, working, and then I was like, okay, well, like, what do I have in my life besides work? And now I don't have all the fun stuff that comes with school, because, you know, like, when you're in college, it's like, there's so many things to do regarding school, like, clubs and yada yada yada, and, like, you don't have any of that when you're an adult. So then I feel like that kind of forced me to be like, all right, bitch, let's get some hobbies. Let's get some fucking hobbies, bitch, because I'm not just trying to do work, TV, sleep. Work, TV, sleep. Like, that was low-key me for a little bit. It was not a vibe. And so, like, that's why I did now I have, like, my painting class that I did. I still have to finish this painting. Oh my gosh. I was gonna try and learn piano, but I've decided I need to do one creative hobby at a time, because it's too hard to learn too many things. We were just talking yesterday about, like, me, like, trying to learn how to build apps or something like that. And I don't know, there's so many things out in the world, especially with the internet. It's like, you can really, like, try to acquire any kind of skill that interests you nowadays. True, it gives freedom to a lot of things, but it demands that they have that drive and keep on having it, being their own boss. Of course, need money and somehow too, so a partner there, which you then will be dependent on, so is that healthy? So it's both some good and bad here. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I definitely don't think it's a good idea for anyone to rely on anyone else for money. And that is, like, usually my pushback whenever I have friends that, like, kind of, you know, talk about just wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. And, like, I used to want to be a stay-at-home mom, I'm not gonna lie. But then I just hear all these horror stories of women who, like, did that, and then, like, their husband, like, leaves them, or, like, you know, maybe they starts abusing them or something. But then, like, the wife can't leave because they're like, oh shit, like, You know, like, fuck, like, I have, like, a 10-year gap on my resume, like, what am I gonna do without this motherfucker, you know what I mean? And then that's how you get stuck in situations you don't want to be in. And so, yeah, I definitely feel like if you really want freedom, you need to have your own money. And, yeah, I feel like stay-at-home parent is, like, best if, like, you got some kind of side hustle or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, sure, be a stay-at-home mom, but, like, start a little Etsy shop or something, I don't know. Get some kind of, have something going for you that is bringing you, it doesn't have to, you know what I mean? If your husband's, like, paying the bills at the end of the day, like, maybe it doesn't have to be enough to pay the bills. It could just be enough that you have your own money, and, like, if you want to buy yourself a purse or, like, whatever, you know what I mean? You can. Okay, it's 1:10. You guys stole 10 minutes of my gaming time. I'm just kidding. Let's play some Baldur's Gate, though. I've been really wanting to play again. And, of course, I'll, like, keep chatting with you guys when we play. But I've been fiending to get back into Baldur's Gate. I'm so excited to play because we haven't played for a while. Where are we at? I think we're in Act 2. Baldur's Gate? Is that through Steam? Oh, wait. I have to update it? How big is this update? Lord. I always forget to freaking... Oh, okay, done. Done updating. Modern life is a bit of a mindfuck, no doubt. You're on the right track, though, and you make your own meaning. And yeah, dudes that fixate around being providers is code for control fetishes. Yeah. I have piano behind me that collects clothing right now. Oh my girl. Yeah, no. I was like, I think I need to focus on being a good painter, and then I'll try to do piano one day. But... we've detected a data mismatch, which may be caused by unsupported mods. Corrupt files or unknown data. This could cause crashes or issues. Bro, if my game save got fucked up, I'm actually going to lose my mind. I don't have any mods downloaded, bitch. So this would be on you. Oh lord, I'm scared now. Okay, let's change categories. No, we're gonna do Nightingale once I finish Baldur's Gate, I think is the game plan, because I was reading some of the reviews for Nightingale, and it's allegedly really buggy right now, so hopefully by the time we finish Baldur's Gate, all the bugs are finished, and we can play Nightingale, because I do really want to play Nightingale also. Alrighty, guys. I'm excited. Battling giant spiders in DR. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Let's hope some prayers that my game file isn't fucked up, or else I will be losing my mind. I think it's fine.